Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. We've already been through this amazing time in the morning. We're really breaking down your mindset because, I can teach you this skill set literally in minutes. But if your mindset is not there, it really won't matter. So this is the part where we're going to invite you. Do I have your permission to share your premium 5-star exclusive experience with you? That'll last you forever. Cool. Okay, great. And again, this is quote unquote the pitch part. If you don't want to stay here, you can leave. Literally, I don't really care. Like, we're here to serve you, but every time we have these events, people always ask, Christopher, how can I get more involved? So this is your ask for me, so therefore I'm gonna give it to you. Okay, so permission, raise your hand. Okay, awesome. So again, this is a 5-star experience we're getting today. And it's called the GifterX Talks 5-star experience. It's private invitation only. It's interviews only. Where application and interviews. You don't might not know this, but Vlad, me, Simone, we've already been interviewing you kind of informally. So you don't even know some of you have more of a higher priority and some of you don't, but just, we're here to serve you, okay? So it's our GifterX Talks 5-star experience. And what does that entail? What do you get? So first start, you literally get a guaranteed stage. We have the stage for you. You have guaranteed audience. You have guaranteed marketing, where we hire a professional photographer and videographer. You have guaranteed connections, and you have guaranteed credibility. And what I mean connections, every single GifterX Talks we have, which has been called the TED Talks for Entrepreneurs, we're going to be doing our 14th one in a week and a half in Miami. We also had it in Barbados, but we have people that have 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures. One of my colleagues last time, he actually secured a $90,000 client. Ashley, Dr. Ashley, who you know here, she actually got 4 leads, but we want to bring the audience to you, and the credibility is there. And literally, you get a 5-star experience. You have the audience, the connections, the credibility, the marketing, the stage. Now, let me ask you this. I've invested millions of dollars. I've traveled millions of miles around the world, impacted millions of people online and offline. And your investment literally gets you a 5-star guaranteed credible experience. You ask me this, right? I want you all to create your own events, whether it's for 10 people, 50, 100. But if you've invested millions of dollars, would you give away your stage? No. So that's why I literally invested all this money, travel around the world, impacting millions of people, and ultimately, not only will you get to learn how to speak well, as we talked about Warren Buffett, and as I said, what skill set can you learn that will last you 75 years? As mentioned earlier today, Warren Buffett has been quoted by saying it'll last you 50, 60 years, but Warren Buffett lied because he turned 95 this past August, and he took his first public speaking class when he was 20. So what skill set can you learn that will last you 75 years? But beyond that, as I said to you all throughout today, you're not just learning how to speak well, you're building boss battle credibility, Wizard of Words training, having that wow factor, communication skills, and lastly, big game connections. Millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires, celebrities, influencers. But show of hands, what do you think is the most important? Okay, communication, all right. Connections, yeah, I mean, networking is important, but actually it's credibility. Because again, if someone named Michelle Words said to me that I know a lot, who cares? But if Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, who's worth $400 billion, said, and I have this literally on video, wow, you know a lot, it adds credibility. So I'm saying all of you, I really hope you hear what I'm saying, and more importantly, feel what I'm saying. You have a product, you have a story, you have a book. No one gives a shit. And I'm telling you from experience, I had a book, no one cared. If you don't have boss battle credibility by being on a GifterX Talk stage, which has been called a TED Talks for Entrepreneurs, no one's going to care about your service. So let me give you a very clear example. Anyone a musician here? Okay. What is the top award you can win as a musician? Great, Grammys. So imagine you can say you co-wrote with a Grammy-winning artist, which I actually have. I used to be a singer-songwriter, as I told you all of you, right? Let's say you're an actor, an actress, and you can say that you co-starred with Oscar winner Denzel Washington or Oscar winner Meryl Streep. Again, top dog in the world credibility. Sports, what's the top award or competition, right? Olympics. In the speaking world, the top speaking conference is the TED Talks. So when you actually speak at the GifterX Talks, which has been called the TED Talks for Entrepreneurs, you can literally say you share the stage. You didn't just speak at a TED Talks or TEDx Talks. And a lot of people they don't even know the difference between a TED Talk and a TEDx Talk. Do you even know the difference between a TED Talk? Raise your hand. And a TEDx Talk? Yeah. So TED Talks is like the Olympics. The TEDx Talks are more independently run. And so the brand has been a bit diluted. It's been around for 40 plus years. But when you say you share the stage of the TED founder, when you say you spoke at the GifterX Talks, it's even more powerful, more inspiring, and more credible for your brand as a business. Because very few people in the world can say they share the stage of the TED founder. So when you sign up for this GifterX Talks 5-star experience, you're not just saying you spoke. No, you can say you shared the stage with Wichita Warman. You shared the stage with Queen Gabby. You shared the stage with the Reebok co-founder. So you're not just investing in this one moment. It's community global. And I have to stress, this is making sense, by the way, right? You're investing in a brand. So literally, I'm building the stage, the audience, the connections. Imagine you're on that stage. You're either a panelist or a speaker. You have people literally taking photos of you, and this is all professionally shot and photographed. So here are the 3 tiers of investments that you'll make today if you actually are qualified. If Vlad tells me, oh, Christopher, we gotta work with this person, let me think about it, Vlad. If Simone says we gotta work with this person, let me think about it, right? Because again, point blank, I don't need your money. I don't even know if we want your money, because I realize this is my brand. If we let you in and you fuck up our brand and you're like this shiesty person that's only wants to take and not give, we don't want you. Look at Ashley, isn't she amazing? Look at Adam, isn't he amazing? Look at Amelia, aren't they amazing? Everyone that we bring in our circle, we want them to represent our brand. So the top tier one, the diamond thing, is you get a speaker spot, 5 minutes, which is valued at $50,000. You have a social media maker, which means I go over one social media platform you have with LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, where I literally clean up how you present yourself, because they're not going to care what you do unless you hook them in. That's a $25,000 value. You have a customized boss style, $10,000 value. One 45-minute strategy call, $15,000 value. And you have a WhatsApp direct team access. Now, Ashley, let's give Ashley some love. Let's give Adam some love. Why? Because they actually have my personal WhatsApp. I don't give that out anymore. So I'm going to give you my chief of staff. Her name is Kirsten, because texting me really won't matter. I often don't check that. What I'm saying is you get access to my team. You get a professional photo. Total value is over $100,000. Your investment today is $4,997. 3-month premium program where we'll be in touch for 3 months. Now, granted, the holidays are going on, so I'll probably add a little more time, because after a certain time, after the 18th, I'm offline. This is limited to one person, because again, you might think 5 minutes is not a lot of time, but anyone want to know how long Dr. King's speech was 60 plus years ago? Yeah, 5 minutes. And has lasted 65 years. So it's not about how long you speak for, it's about the quality of time. Literally, I will spend 5 hours for a 5-minute speech when I first start, because it's about the actual content, the substance. So it's limited to one spot. So if you're interested, I already talked to a few of you people. Some of you have priority actual consideration. And again, I already showed you this. I bill out at $50,000 for a 1-hour speech. So imagine you get me to coach you, to teach you how to speak so concisely, so powerfully that someone sees you, they're like, wow, this person's amazing, because I'm not just interested in having you speak on my stage. I want to get leads. Diana is one of our diamond clients from last time. So blessed. She actually invested more than $50,000 because she lives in London. So she actually invested more in that. But I'm so blessed where she literally sent me a text and saying how she was so thankful for this powerful opportunity. Now, granted, she's European, so they have the day before the month. So this is November 12th. And the fact that she said about love and passion, how everyone felt that, I'm so blessed. So this is the actual stage you'll be on if you qualify, if Vlad and Simone say you're awesome. Vlad, do you know any people that you might think are awesome? Okay, don't tell me. Tell me behind the scenes. I don't want to out anyone. Okay, Simone, are there any people that you think? Again, you don't know this, but I said to them, you're all informally being interviewed. Hey, Adam, do you know any people? Again, we only want people that are cool, have good hearts, want to make money, because again, you represent us, we represent you, so we want to have a really tight community. So again, that was the diamond package, the highest tier package. We only have one spot. Platinum is you have a panelist spot, which actually had $25,000 value. We'll have anywhere from 3 to 5 people on a panel where I interview them. So you don't have to worry about it. Sometimes if you're new to this game of speaking, you don't have to worry about anything, because I'm there edifying you, putting the spotlight on you, giving you the questions beforehand so you know exactly what to say. And I'm so proud of Ashley because literally we've rehearsed this before the event and she just knocked it out of the park. So let's again give some love, more love for Ashley. That's a $15,000 value, $25,000 value for the panelist spot, $15,000 value for the social media audit part, where again, I go over one of your actual platforms and let the audience know who you are, what you are. Customized boss buyout. Now, this is actually in a group setting. 45-minute call, team access WhatsApp, professional picture. The value is $70,000, and your investment today is only $19,997. That's a 2-month program. But like I said, since we are going through the holidays, 2 months will probably be more about 3 months. And don't worry about that, okay? I got you, okay? That's limited to 2 spots. And these are some of our panelists. We got Ashley there. What's up, Ashley? Hey, Ashley, do you mind if you share? So we had Kelly, who has a accounting firm, but for her, I rebranded her boss bio, where now she's an outsourced CFO and a wealth coach. You tell me, accountants are often perceived as boring. What sounds more sexy? What sounds more like a boss? An accountant? Boring. Hey, Vlad, don't fall asleep. Simone, don't fall asleep. I know it's boring, but she's an outsourced CFO for clients and a wealth coach, right? And we have here, this woman is Her Excellence. She's a lawyer. She actually went to school in Georgetown. She's a chairperson of an actual school, and her bio was not a boss bio. Even though she has all these credentials, she has a royal brand. Well, actually, Ashley, do you mind sharing briefly what you felt the experience was? Great, thank you so much, Ashley. Let's give Ashley some more love. Again, that's for a panelist spot, only 2 available. Lastly, gold. This is actually what Amelia doesn't realize. We already sold out the platinum and the diamond. We sold out all the panelists and the speakers, so I didn't even have a chance to offer this to Amelia. So she did buy a VIP day, which I'll share with you briefly. But those who invest in the gold, you get to be a VIP guest. You get to also bring guests, $5,000 value. You get a social media audit where I'll go over your social media. And just so you know, to be clear, as I said this before, every word counts, every phrase counts, every video counts, every photo counts. That's why you're investing in a premier brand. It's like you're investing in Cartier or Louis Vuitton or Ferrari. You get a customized boss buyout. And mind you, this is a group setting, 45-minute call, professional picture, value is $30,000, but your investment is $9,997. This is a 1-month program, okay? Limited to 5 spots. So again, literally, the stage is set for you. This is actually Amelia as a VIP guest. Amelia, what was your experience a few weeks ago? Awesome. Let's give Amelia some love. And again, I helped her craft her icebreaker, her what they call elevator pitch. And so here are the 3 categories to give you an overview. You have diamond, platinum, gold. Time commitment is 3 months, 2 months, 1 month. GifterX stocks, you have a 5-minute spot, a 20-minute panelist spot, or a VIP guest. The VIP day is actually right before. It's actually a bonus. I'll share with that briefly. Boss buy I already shared. So everything diamond, it's bespoke, it's exclusive, it's actually one-on-one. BIRD stands for Build a Meeting Report, duh. When you learn how to speak the wizard of words, it's an actual science. It's not Christopher Guy telling you this. It's science. It's based on Harvard. It's based on research of 20, 30 years. So the BIRD stands for Build a Media Report, duh. Elevator pitch, so many of you have the most boring pitch. And again, I'm not going to call you out, but if you are qualified to work with us, if Vlad, if Simone, if Adam says great things about you, if Ashley, if Amelia, who I trust, have great things to say about you, then perhaps we'll teach you how to frame your story in a way that's concise, specific, and sexy. So again, these are all investment points, diamond, platinum, gold. And as I mentioned to you, I don't care what category you are in. We've worked with people that have never considered being a paid speaker or not, or coach. We work with people that have considered it, don't know how to start. We work with people that are starting but don't know how to scale. We work with experienced people that have at least 5-year experience. For instance, I think I mentioned to you, Terry Jones built not 1, but 2 multi-billion-dollar unicorn companies. Why would Terry Jones, a legitimate multimillionaire, a legitimate brand, hire me to help him build his boss buyout brand? He is a wizard of word speaker, but no one cared because he's an older guy with a balding head, gray beard, and a bit of a gut. And we're in a world where, again, people do judge a book by its cover. So I don't care what category you fall in these categories. I've worked with literally so many different people. And here's the thing. You might think, well, Christopher, I'm not a speaker coach. I'm a fitness owner or a psychologist. Like I'm telling you, if you're in business, if you're selling something to your clients, even if you're a freaking dentist. I literally had a woman I met in London, where she's a dentist, and her high ticket offer, which you might not think is a high ticket offer, she charges $50,000. So I don't care if you're a dentist or a lawyer. If you want to get paid from a high paying client, you have a high ticket offer. You might have considered calling it that, but what I teach you to do is to frame that high ticket offer in a way. And you might even have an offer that's not even high ticket. We're helping you frame that, right? So whatever business you're in, if you want to make money, I don't care what business you're in, I stay in my lane. I'm not the smartest person in the world. I'm not the brightest person in the world, but in terms of my genius, if you want to get connections, build credibility, or be communicated as a Wizard of Words, I'm your guy. I stay in my lane, okay? So here's some of the bonuses. You have the VIP day, exclusive invitation. Like I said, Vlad, Simone, Amelia, Adam, Ashley, be truthful with me. You know, we don't want any posers. We don't want people that aren't going to do the work. Before the GifterX talks, which is on December 7th, last one of the year, do something for yourself. Give yourself a Christmas present, a Hanukkah present, a Diwali present, okay? So the actual GifterX talks is 6:30 to 9:30 that night on a Wednesday in Miami downtown. But right before that, as a bonus, all of you buy, the first 3 people that buy, $50,000 value, have a VIP day. It's 4 hours. Amelia and Ashley, what do you think about the VIP day? Okay, awesome. So again, first 3 buyers, fortune really does favor the bold. If you're thinking about it, like I said before, are you a toy? Are you think it over? Yeah. Are you a damn? Are you a decisive action machine? Unfortunately, in life, you're not going to see we're going to think it over. No, all of us, you, me, everyone. Okay. You have a bonus of a 5-week online group coaching program that one of my sales team will actually help you. As I mentioned to you earlier, this is literally a codified step-by-step system where, show of hands, do you feel that you've learned something today? Great. So imagine you have a system. It took me 20 plus years to build. Well, actually 10 years, because when I started this, it was 9 years ago. But you have a step-by-step system where you know the business side of speaking, you know how to define your expertise, whether it's marketing, coaching, networking, it doesn't matter, how to market yourself. And again, when you market yourself, which is what you're hiring me for, you're the Steve Wozniak, I'm the Steve Jobs. You can have a product, a service, a book. No one cares unless you have a Steve Jobs on your corner, which is what I do. Every word does count. Every video does count. Every photo does count. And lastly, sales and how do you actually start? That's a bonus, a $10,000 bonus, 5-week online group coaching program taught by one of my team. You'll also get a 1 free IV ticket, $1,000 value. This is literally a few weeks ago. I'm just so blessed where look how much fun they're having. That could be your community, and that's a bonus. And so those that are serious, that get the highest priority, again, based on what Vlad, Simone, Ashley, Amelia, and Adam say, you will have priority consideration. Because again, this application process and the interview process, some of you don't realize I've already interviewed you, some of us have already interviewed you before, but you have to make an actual investment today. So the first 3 investments, you have priority considerations, so then you'll be either platinum, gold, diamond. So again, and at this point, you'll know, okay? If you're not gonna make an investment, it doesn't really matter, okay? Again, I already walked you through some of these things. You get all these things self-guided forever, but you'll have 5 weeks of guided instruction from this. And I said this to you before, okay? You're either gonna be a dam and not a toy. We want you to be a dam, a decisive action machine. A dam literally is a physical object that controls the force of nature, literally water. In this case, it's money and power. As opposed to a dam, you might have thoughts. Thoughts don't get you anywhere. They just get you more thoughts. Sign up for an interview with Vlad or myself. Literally, there's 365 days left, or there's 365 days of the year. You're spending 1 day to transform your other 364 days. So again, keep the 99.7% of your time. You invest 0.3% of your time, your perfect life. Again, really, is it really is worth it? And here's the thing. I literally had a person that's worked for Disney. Christopher, can I speak at your GifterX talks? I said, no. And another guy, he's worked with David John. He's built multi-million and arguably multi-billion-dollar brands. Christopher, can I speak? No. It's a pay-to-play model. If you, show of hands, have invested millions of dollars on your brand, have traveled millions of miles around the world, have impacted millions of people, are you gonna just give up your stage? No. So again, credibility costs money. Did you know Apple, their brand, not marketing, but their brand is valued at $574 billion. Anyone want to guess how much they invested, how much they spent on their Think Different campaign when literally the company was in the toilet where they're going to go bankrupt unless Microsoft invested $100 million? Anyone want to guess how much they spent on that 1997 Think Different campaign? They invested $90 million. Am I asking you to invest $90 million today? No. It costs money to invest. And here's an example of a client and friend of mine. To get guaranteed instant credibility for 4 words, they invested $60,000. And those words were Wall Street Journal bestseller. That means they invested $15,000 in 1 word. Guess what? If you want to get a New York Times bestseller, it's 4 words. And that's not even guaranteed. So you're investing $60,000 in a word. When you invest 5 figures, you're not just getting 4 words, you're literally getting a multi-million-dollar global brand. GifterX talk, it took me so much time to figure all this stuff out, where just from investing 5 figures, you get a multi-million-dollar brand. And like Harvard, which is forever, you can save forever. I'm not going anywhere, okay? I plan on speaking to the day I die because I love this. This is not a job. This is not even a career. It's a calling. I'm called to serve. Like I said to you before, I don't need your money. I don't even necessarily want your money. I'm here because my mother raised a great person, because I know I have a good heart. And I know I want to serve. So if I die tomorrow, you can say, Christopher served us with clarity, with conviction, with commitment, because I know what I'm here for. No one can take away this brand from you when you make an investment today. Again, what's funny is you're paying us, but you're investing in yourself. I don't need your money. I want to help and serve. I'm crystal clear because unfortunately I've given away things before. Show of hands. How many of you literally given your advice, given your time, and did they appreciate it? Show of hands, you were parents, right? The reality is people don't appreciate what they don't invest in. You pay attention to what you pay for. So keep in mind that when you make an investment, it's a forever brand. You literally say you share the stage with a tech founder, and it even gets bigger. And again, look at people in the room. There is Doug, who was my first high-paying client. I still know him 15 years later. I helped him go to $200 million. There is Romero Brito, literally right next to TED founder Richard Solomon. Do you know who he is? Anyone show hands? He's literally the most licensed artist in the world. His clients are King Charles. His clients are presidents. So again, these are people that are in the room every single time. Now here's the alternative, okay? You either make an investment today, we travel this journey together, or guess what? You'll be in a decade of hell. You'll be in a lifetime of hell. Even though this is my hell, as I mentioned to you earlier, in my 20s, you don't know what you're doing because you haven't been there. I've been there. I've helped so many people. So I'm just showing you and reminding you, you're going to have all these thoughts. And I just don't want you to go through so much pain, okay? I want to be your one connection away from your perfect life, okay? Let me finish off with this. This is the word impossible, which is a word created by man. You remove the I, which means ego, which ego stands for what? Raise your hand. What's ego stands for? Yes. Erasing great opportunities. M stands for mentor. If you find a mentor, everything is possible. You don't need to know everything. I know everything you need to know for your path in credibility, communication, and connection, specifically credibility especially. Imagine having 100% clarity. I have 0 doubts when I coach my coaching client. I mean that literally. I have 0 doubts. You might have a lot of doubts, but I have 0 doubts because I've been doing this for over 20 years. I have 0 doubts that when you come, remember the first story I shared was when those homeless kids came to our room every single Monday. I had 0 doubts I could help them. You might have doubts. Raise your hand if you have doubts. Great. I have 0 doubts. Imagine your investment gives you 100% clarity on your future relative to credibility, communication, and connections, what I call the 3 C's of explosive business success. These are just 10 examples of people I've helped make millions of dollars. Whether Adam, who you see here, make millions of dollars, whether Sterling helped him clear his first $1 million, Every single one of these people. With Dylan, I met him when he was 19. His mother was a client of mine. I literally said to Dylan, I said, you know what, Dylan? I'm going to slap you in the face if you're not hitting your first $1 million by age 30, because he has me as a mentor. And guess what? When he turned 27, he made his first $1 million. Ellen maybe considered being a speaker or networking. She cleared her first $10 million. Doug, I helped again. Eric, as I said to you, he is valued at $150 million. Paul, I helped him make $5 million last year alone. And all these people. And Shelly is the one I most love talking about because she is the epitome of someone who I love, care for, and support, where she's a farm girl from Washington State, had no understanding of global branding, hired me and helped to build her brand. And Adam, can you please say a few words? He literally has his freaking face on a goddamn coffin. I'm telling you, okay, that book that is in his hand, who do you think wrote that freaking title? He literally texts me sometimes. Again, he's grandfather in. I'm not giving you my number. He made the investment early on. He said, Christopher, I needed you to do my job for you. I literally gave him the title of his book, 1 Billion Podcast, and the subtitle, The Future of All Media. And who's next to him? You may not know him, but this man, Erwin, has worked with Phil Jackson. Anyone know who Phil Jackson is? This guy, Phil Jackson, worked with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. These are the people you're connecting with, okay? You not only work with Phil Jackson, you work with an NBA player who's a physical therapist. He also is friends with Jay Shetty. Now, again, I'm not saying I'm going to introduce you to Erwin or Jay Shetty or Phil Jackson or Michael Jordan. I'm saying imagine you have a community that you're literally one call away from people that level. People that invest 5 figures, I might introduce them to certain multimillionaires. People who invest 6 figures, I might introduce them to billionaires. Because again, if you're me and you invested millions, travel millions, would you really just give up your Rolodex? No, absolutely not. So last thing I'm going to share is this. I already told you how much I love my mother. Today is actually the 6th anniversary of my mother passing away. So it's what I call my mother's heavenly birthday. So my mother is 6 years old today. When she lived, she loved to walk. Her shoes are in the middle. And before she passed, I told myself, when she passed, I'm going to keep the actual self portrait she painted first. I would literally see that every single day when I'm working. And when I walk out of my house and I walk in my house, this is the first thing I see and the last thing I see because I know my mother is walking alongside me. So for all of you, I'm not walking alongside you every single day. It's a spirit of Christopher Kai with his cool care. You really don't need a coach for life. You need the actual spirit, the structure, and the system. Because we've all heard the phrase. Have you heard that phrase, by the way? When the teacher appears, the student is ready. I'm sorry, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Yeah, but when the student is really ready, the teacher disappears. You know, I'm grateful that I know Amelia. I'm grateful I know Adam. I'm grateful I know Ashley. But you don't need the teacher at one point when you really are ready. So if you're interested in investing in yourself, this is your time. I've already spoken to a few of you, talked to Vlad, and happy to talk to you individually. Because again, some of the stuff is very sensitive, and so I'm happy to talk to you individually. And so thank you so much for your time.
All right.
Just stop the. I'll keep the recording going on.